frosty morning today. So I'm headed out this morning to do some trail work. Late last summer I adopted a section of the Benton MacKaye trail. I'm going in this morning to check things out. We had a heavy snow back a couple of weeks ago, and there's probably a lot of treetops and limbs in the trail. I'm going to rake and clean out some of the water diversions, get some leaves out of the way. The section of the trail is from Wilscott Gap to Ledford Gap. It's just under 2.5 miles. Just made it out to the trailhead, and wind is picking up a little bit. It's going to be a cold day. Weather was pretty nice this morning when I left home, but not so sure about it now. I don't know if you can tell what's going on right here or not, but it might be hard to see with the camera. There's been some water washed down the trail here. That's what I'm going to be trying to prevent. This is kind of in a hard place. The bank's steep on each side and it's hard to divert the water from the trail, but I'm going to give it a shot, see what I can do. I got these 2 water breaks cut in the trail, and I'm going to walk them down, pack the dirt down good, and cover them up with leaves so that you can't tell that the ground has been disturbed. When I do any digging like this, I always try to put it back to its natural as I possibly can. Another thing, you don't want to put too many leaves. Stop up the water break that you just created. I got these finished, so we'll move on and see what we can find next. So here's another good example of a water diversion that needs cleaned out. It's in places like this where the trail follows an old road bed, and if you can see, the center of the trail is in the center of the road bed, the lowest point, and water tends to follow that. It's good to start out with a little pocket right in here where the trail meets, and always go downhill from there. Here we come up on a limb, and I don't know, some grapevines, muscadine, or something tangled in that mess. We're going to have to get out the trim saw and take care of this. Camera fell over. I don't know how much of that shot you got to see, but anytime when you're moving debris like this from the trail, always put your brush below the trail. If not, wind blows and it just falls and gets back down the hill into the trail. It makes a mess, and next time you come through, you'll just have to remove it again. Another thing, when I'm out in the woods like this during hunting season, I'm always on the lookout for deer hunters. that are sitting near the trail. I always just make sure that they're aware that I am around and I'm coming through. Just a safety precaution so that no one gets trigger happy and goes to shoot and think I'm a deer. It's been known to happen before. And a lot of times I have spent deer hunting myself has been near the trail like this. You find a good spot and you want to hunt that spot and it's in range, you can see the trail and whatnot. Grapevine in the way. It's kind of sad to have to remove that vine. There's no telling how many years old that thing is. And especially if it produced any grapes in the summertime. The limb has fell on it and pulled it down. Let me show you guys something right here. This was some time ago, a tree has fell here and has created a hole in the trail. And all this is going to do is hold water and make a mud hole in the trail. Now it could be dug, filled with rock and filled up, but today, for time's sake, I'm just going to cut a small ditch right through here to let the water drain. Something kind of like that. So I've made it here to the halfway point. This is Tipton Mountain. If you watched my other video, the Benton MacKaye Trail evening hike, you saw this already. That was about the time right after I had adopted this section of trail. A lot of these small branches like this have been kind of kicking out of the trail. They don't seem like much, but if you are on a long hike and you're walking all day and you're stepping over these things and tripping on them, it's quite a nuisance. And the trail has been full of them this morning. So I just came up on another mess right here, you can see. Back, I don't know, I guess 4 or 5 years ago, this area was under a prescribed burn. You can see around me a lot of this very thick vegetation coming back on it where all the leaves and stuff were burned off of it. And a lot of the trees in this area are dying because of that. Some of the smaller ones that the fire got hot on and killed them. And the last few times I've been through here in this area, I've run into problems like this. Try to fix the camera so you guys can see them. I didn't bring my tripod today. I didn't. Kind of in a hurry and didn't take time carrying it in and setting it up. That thing's pretty solid. It's stuck behind that other tree. So I'm gonna go ahead and leave that there. I don't think it's gonna come down the hill into the trail anytime soon. And we will carry on. I want to show you guys some tread work that I had done last time I was in here. This spot was getting in really bad shape. It's a steep area and the rocks were all sliding down the hill and not very sturdy. Looks like it's holding up nice. The ground freezing and thawing, and the weather we've had this past month has not been good on them. I'm surprised actually they're seated in as good as they are. So we'll keep on and hope for the best. So I've made it out Ledford Gap. Trail looks in pretty good shape now. I'm gonna stop and eat a snack and drink some water and head back to the truck. If you guys like my videos, please share them with your friends and subscribe to our channel and leave comments. Let us know what you think, and I will make videos as often as I can whenever time permits.